Okay, for today's video, we have a bunch of fun little stuff that I've kind of just accumulated to make a video. Some is just some recent stuff I've picked up, and also one of the bigger things we did recently finally set up the PS5. It was a little bit of a process since I had to switch over some account stuff, and then actually setting up the PS5 and doing the PS4 to PS5 transfer. Just some pickups, like I said, of a few things. A game for the Switch, which we will eventually do on the channel. Currently doing the Mario Galaxy series. That's been the series I started a little bit ago, and I'm keeping with that. And then, like I said, the stuff we picked up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll just get right into it right now. Yeah. Okay, the first things we have were picked up on March 11th from Best Buy. And yeah, let's just show them off right now. Two things, and I'm really happy with both of these. Super Mario Odyssey. So happy to finally get this game. We'll talk about it first, and then we'll talk about the Peach Amiibo. Both are two things I'm very excited about. Super Mario Odyssey is just a game I've wanted to play for so long. I literally think I remember in high school or middle school, I think one of my teachers, I was going to say professors because I'm so much in the college loop right now, but I swear it must have been like the year Mario Odyssey or something came out, because that would have been like my last year of middle school, if I'm thinking on the dates right. Or the year, whatever. I think it was one of the years I was in middle school. One of my teachers was literally saying about him playing Mario Odyssey with his kids. And I mean, yeah, that was, now that I think about it, I mean, I think this game released in 2017 and it's 2026. So does it say on here somewhere? Well, whatever. If I got the date wrong, I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to 2017, because I think this was one of the earlier Switch. Oh, yeah, right there, 2017. Because I was going to say, I think this was one of the earlier games on the Switch, but from everything I've heard, it's one of the better Mario games in general, if not one of the better just Nintendo Switch games. But yeah, I wanted to play it for so long, and luckily, a lot of Nintendo games are on sale right now, at least at the time I'm recording this. Those sales will probably be over right now, because I've recorded already a bunch of the Mario Galaxy series. And that's just going to come out first. But yeah, really, really excited to play Super Mario Odyssey. Like I said, probably going to finish the Mario Galaxy series. I had recorded a few videos of that before we picked this stuff up, or maybe like a day or two worth before this, and a few videos worth after, and now we're doing this video. But yeah, we'll probably finish that series, because I want to finish it before the movie releases and try to get most of it uploaded onto the channel before then too. But yeah. So really excited to eventually play Super Mario Odyssey on the channel. Like I said, I've heard such good things about it, and the fact that it was on sale. A lot of games are on sale right now that are, like, this was $40 instead of the normal 60-ish that it normally seems to run for. So yeah, I was really happy to finally get Super Mario Odyssey. And like I said, there's a lot of Nintendo games on sale. I've debated on getting other ones too, because I think I mentioned this in one of those Mario Galaxy videos talking about it. But yeah, I debated on like Bowser's Fury and the one game, it's like whatever plus Bowser's Fury. I debated on getting some Mario Party games. Kind of leaning on getting one right now before the sale ends that I will order, but I'm not 100% sure which of the two I'm going to get. Because I think it's Super's the consensus worst one, and then there's like a debate between Superstars and Jamboree. And yeah, I'm kind of debating if I'm going to get one of those two. But yeah, there we go. Really happy to get Super Mario Odyssey. Like I said, I heard such good things about this game. Heard it's one of the better Mario games. And yeah, with it being on sale, it just made too much sense not to get. Okay, and then the Amiibo. So what this makes my, I think, 5th Amiibo. Maybe I'm starting to get Amiibo addicted. I don't know. But yeah. So we had the Hammer Slam Bowser, Charizard. We have the Smash Ultimate, or Smash Bros. Daisy. It doesn't specifically say Smash Ultimate, but we had the Smash Bros. Daisy as well. And that one, that's like the same version as this one, Peach. But yeah, the same day I picked up this Amiibo, the Super Mario Cat Peach, I went to this Best Buy, and I actually planned on picking this up that day. But after I bought Cat Peach, I wasn't as big of interest. But if you can see, there's a huge crease on this box, which at first I was like, if I'm debating on keeping these in the box, you know, I don't really want to get it. But then after I thought about it more, I was like, oh, maybe I should get it, because, you know, maybe this will be the perfect one to finally open out of the box. Because, I mean, the box isn't completely ruined. I mean, there is obviously a big tear right there. And, yeah, it's very visible on the back side. But, you know, maybe this will be the perfect one to, like, test out, like, opening the bottom up and seeing if we can open the box slightly without ruining it. Still a little sick. I'm actually starting to feel better, though, which is awesome. But yeah, really excited to get this Peach Amiibo. And I will say, I'm thinking I might make her my main in Smash, honestly, because for one, I've like I've mentioned, I've kind of gotten really interested in Smash in like the last couple of weeks or so. I mean, I've always liked Smash and played it, but I've been really interested in making it like a topic on the channel since like returning and like the idea of returning. And I think Peach could honestly make a lot of sense for one of my mains because I've debated between a lot of characters. Um, because I like at one point I remember I used Bowser a lot, and I know he's not considered like great. Um, I've used a bunch of other characters. Like when I first got the game, I mainly I think went through like all the different Pokemon, like Pokemon Trainer a lot, but tried a bunch of the different Pokemon related ones. And Pikachu I also really liked, and is good. Then have tried a bunch of other characters. I like Donkey Kong as well. Both those Donkey Kong and Bowser, maybe because of partly Skylanders and just liking the characters being like from the Mario franchise. And then just tried a few other characters. Those are the main ones that like come to mind off the bat. But I've always really liked Peach, and like I said, she's kind of my main in Mario Kart 8 just because Cat Peach I think is kind of funny. But so it makes sense that one of the only amiibos I will have out of the box for sure would be Peach. And like I said, oh, and the other thing, from those like tier list videos I've watched and stuff, Peach generally seems to be like an A tier from most lists I've seen. And maybe that's not accurate, but if I'm remembering right, so she seems to be pretty good. And like I said, she's a character I like, so maybe she'll become my main in Smash. So I thought she was a good amiibo to get. And like I said, we will be able to unbox this one, and it won't be as big of a risk of ruining the box. And another thing, luckily, a lot of amiibos are still reasonably priced at Best Buy. Like, they haven't went through the big price jump like a lot of other places have went up from. Because I know amiibos used to be around $15 and then have jumped to like $20. A lot that I noticed it's still at Best Buy. And I think they're like not the harder ones to get, and that's probably why they haven't like sold out. But they're still around that 15 to 16-ish dollar range. So her being that price, and like I said, she was the last one in store, and the fact that like I saw her and debated on getting her last week just made me want to get her more. So yeah, between all those factors, I just decided to get her. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about the amiibo, but oh yeah, and they had a few others for that same price range, and I think you could still order Peach as well from Best Buy's website, but I decided to just get her in person that day because, like I said, I kind of wanted to open the box, and after like seeing it and debating on it, and then you think about it, and you're like, we'll take a shot. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. The price for this amiibo I saw like out of the box was like almost like $10 for like used like on eBay, Mercari stuff, and then used out of the box from GameStop was $20, I think, or maybe that was sealed price. Maybe they didn't have it used, but GameStop does sell some out of the box. But whatever. The price wasn't that much. Like, I think I paid like 50% more what it goes for out of the box. So I was like, I get a brand new amiibo that I know is going to be fine, and I pay a little bit more. Plus, I get like the fun chance to open one. I thought it just worked out. So yeah, we did finally buy this Peach amiibo. So this makes my second Peach amiibo. Kind of funny though. But yeah, we'll probably, I thought I was going to open it in this video, but since we've kind of got more planned in this video than I originally thought, we might just save it for its own video, like how to open amiibos out of the box, or my attempt at opening an amiibo out of the box. But yeah, that's it for this part. We'll move on to a few things. Not really a ton of other things I'm going to show off this video outside of the PS5 stuff at the end. But yeah, that's the main big thing that I picked up was this Peach amiibo and Mario Odyssey. So the Peach amiibo, there will be content revolving this at some point, either us opening it out of the box or trying to do something with an amiibo, like within Smash or something. We will use Peach. She'll probably be our test dummy for a little bit of stuff, probably pretty soon with amiibo. So yeah, that's that. And then, like I said, we will play Super Mario Odyssey pretty soon, hopefully, depending on when we finish the Super Mario Galaxy series. I think, and I could be completely wrong on this, but as far as like the main like storyline, I think I'm almost halfway done, and I could be completely wrong on that because we're at like 30-ish stars, I want to think. But yeah, we'll move on to the next few things before we get into the PS5 stuff. Okay, quickly, I did want to show off two things that I picked up. That same day that I went to the place that has the Best Buy, it's like a place a little out, like an hour away from where I live. Like, I live in a more, I guess, rural, or I always get rural and urban mixed up for whatever reason, but like the less populated areas, I live like an hour away from like a bigger city in my state. And whenever we go there, like that's where like there's a bigger mall and like Best Buys and stuff. So yeah. But I went to an FYE while we were there, and I picked up two movies. I'm not going to talk about movies a ton on here, but I have tried to start watching more movies this year. Like trying to watch more on like Letterboxd and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like movies, I enjoy watching them, and I feel like they're more productive now just because, it increases your attention span a little if you can like actually sit and watch a movie, I feel like, compared to, you know, scrolling on like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or whatever. But yeah, I did pick up 2 movies. I did want to show them off. Very, very different movies. One, this is used for $3.99, Shutter Island. It's a movie I've heard pretty good stuff about, and I have not watched it. So yeah, excited to watch Shutter Island. It was in one of those bins that was like, you can pick 10, or like 4 different movies here for $10, but Shutter Island was the only one I really wanted, so paid $3.99 for it. And then the other one for $6, I got Krampus, which is a movie I actually have seen. I actually enjoyed it. I know it's not the best movie or anything, but I like those like movies that are just, I don't know, like not the most scary, but have like a fun creature. Like I love that like cryptozoology, mythology stuff. And then like Godzilla, like any of like the movie monster stuff, I always just find fun. So I enjoyed Krampus. I know it's not the best movie by any means, but I liked it personally. So yeah, that was some other stuff I picked up while we were out there. And then one other thing I did want to mention, I got Dave's. I finally saved up enough points and stuff to get my first free meal in a bit. Or I think not, because I didn't always have the app, but it's my first time I think I've been able to redeem there since I've got points. But yeah, I love Dave's Hot Chicken. If I ever get enough subs on this channel to ever get like sponsored, I don't even know if Dave sponsors people like that or like YouTubers in general, but I would love to get sponsored by Dave's Hot Chicken. I will just put that out there. If anybody from Dave's is listening, hit me up. I know that's not really realistic, but yeah, we'll move on though. One other thing I did want to show off before we really get into the PS5 stuff. This is going to be the last thing before the PS5 stuff. I did want to show. My dad kind of surprised me with some stuff. I mean, if you know how this current thing is, how hard it is to get, you'll know why. You'll probably understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, he surprised me with some Pokemon cards. Yeah, Pokemon, I'm sure it's like this everywhere, but still really hard to find in my local area. Yeah, still very hard to find. I mean, you can still, it's starting to get easier, I think, but it's still not like what it used to be, but it's getting better than how it was at one point where you literally couldn't find like anything. And like people were following the shelf stalkers and stuff. I don't know if they were doing that as bad around where I am, but there was like never product on shelves. But yeah, going to open some of this on my Pokemon channel. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, I'll put a link to that channel or like one of those things up in the corner here. But yeah, I really like Pokemon. I literally have a full channel dedicated to just Pokemon, which is Pokemon cards, Pokemon gameplay. Literally on that channel, I think we pretty much did all of the Pokemon X and Y. We did a Pokemon X playthrough, and I've recorded most of a Pokemon Y playthrough, but I don't know if I even uploaded the first video of that series yet on that channel. But yeah, I do really like Pokemon. So if you're wondering why I do so much Nintendo stuff but don't do much Pokemon on this channel, it's because I have another channel solely focused for Pokemon, actually. So yeah, I'll put a link to that channel, like I said, if you're interested in seeing my Pokemon content. I used to post way more frequently on that channel, but I have like a whole backlog of videos. Like, so I've recorded so many videos, and then like stuff like Prismatic dropped, and I would like open Prismatic on the channel, so I'd put the stuff back behind. So yeah, just stuff got pushed back, and so I have a ton of videos literally just saved on my phone that I need to upload. But yeah, so I have a whole Pokemon channel if you're interested in that stuff, and I did just want to mention that before we get into the PS5 stuff, which we will do right now. Okay, here is the PS5 setup. Yeah, so cool seeing it. It's so much different looking than the PS4. And yeah, you can see some of the Skylanders stuff we've got set up in the Wii and some games and stuff. But yeah, current playthrough on a different channel. If you know, you know. I'll actually put a link to my Skylanders channel. But yeah, here we have the PS5 finally set up. So excited. Yeah, we'll play like a game of Fortnite or something. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll probably have this in like the channel update playlist just because I mean, it's not like a huge channel update because like, I mean, it's not like I'm changing the channel up, but it's more like just showing some opportunities we have since, you know, there's going to be a whole new like little bit of Amiibo stuff we can do with the Peach Amiibo and stuff. We're going to get to eventually play Mario Odyssey, which I'm so excited for that game. Like I said, I've heard such good things about that. Heard it's one of the best Mario games. I'd love to know your all's thoughts on that. And finally decided to get it, especially with the sale and stuff, with a bunch of stuff. Honestly, debating on getting some more stuff with that sale. A bunch of stuff's on sale at Best Buy and Best Buy and the Nintendo Store online with the whole like Mario Anniversary stuff. But yeah, really excited for that. And then, like I said, now that we have the PS5 set up, I can play pretty much any PS5 game I'm interested in that you all want to see. Some games for sure. I definitely want to play this patch, Marvel Rivals, which is free, so we can definitely play it. Fortnite, again, if you all want to see that. I know it didn't do the best on the channel, but maybe if we have a more interesting tie-in to Fortnite. And funny enough, we're actually, I think, the last skin I used and who we will probably use for this video is actually a character that's also in Smash, so that'll be interesting. If you know who it is, comment down below. I think there's only like one that I can really even think of that it fits both those games, but yeah. Well, that's it. Let's get on the PS5 right now, and you all will see who I'm talking about, if you didn't already comment it. Okay, this is gonna be the first game, um, the first game of anything I played on the PS5. Like I was saying, yesterday, I was doing the whole big update process thing, which I'm sure many of you all know is a pain to switch over from any like console or phones or anything. But yeah, and especially for me because a few reasons. Oh, another thing, I'm actually now using the digital download of PS or of Fortnite because I have the physical disc copy on the PS4. So whenever I got on here, it just did the digital download already. While recording helps us review violations of our community rules when voice chat is turned on the feature. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this controller now literally has a mic, which is really cool. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll turn our mic off since I'm not really talking to anybody outside of the recording. Yeah, but okay, so I don't know why we're on Odyssey Ninjago. I was not on that last. Yeah, but we're Solid Snake. Okay, and I don't have my mic in or my like headphones in, so I'm not hearing the gameplay with how I'm recording this. And we're only gonna play like one game. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, yeah. So one reason why it was an extra bit of a headache for me, because like the transfer over to PS4 from PS5, well, there's another reason why that was a little bit more of a headache. Not, but yeah, all my account information was saved under my dad's stuff still. I just never swapped it over from like whenever I made my PlayStation Online account years and years ago, like for Fortnite and stuff. Yeah, probably close to 2017. Oh yeah, with Mario Odyssey, that was that same year. I was thinking 2017 I talked about, but yeah, around the year I got Fortnite, I didn't like either have an email or an email I used enough, so yeah, wasn't under my main email. So yeah, my Epic Games account and my PlayStation Network account were all under his email. So I finally switched that stuff over. Which, like I said, that was stuff that had needed to be done years and years ago. Using this controller is going to be a little bit of an adjustment because I mean I've used it for that like cousins' houses and stuff, but because a lot of my cousins all have their PS5s. But yeah, finally joining the PS5 club. And I mean, I've had the PS5 since December 25th, but I just now finally setting up. Oh, another reason why so I had an old PlayStation profile account, like the ones that like didn't have a PlayStation Network account, and it was the one I used before. Like I got like online games like Fortnite, like when I just played 2K by myself, or like with like people right beside me. And I didn't know at the time that you could just like make those accounts like PlayStation Network accounts. So um, I just made a new account for whenever I started playing online games. So I wanted to save that one because like the trophies and stuff on that account. So yeah, we've got that account still. And I finally I made a different email for it. So I had to make like one account. I had to flip over two accounts. Um, yeah. Oh, and one other thing. So then after I did all that, I finally did the transfer over from PS4 to PS5 because I was like, it's probably better to finally just get this stuff switched over before I do the transfer. So if I have to update anything, I'll get notified first instead of it having to go through my dad. Um, and yeah, saving him the headache for sure too. Um, but um, trying to think. Um, yeah, it's a good thing I've got that one thing on, so it's not as big of a deal of not being able to hear the gameplay. Um, are they landing up here? No, okay. But yeah, so like I said, so now we're able to get all that stuff swapped over. And I'm playing off my laptop through my capture card, so my gameplay is a little delayed from whatever I'm doing on the controller. So if my gameplay seems a little off or whatever, that's why. But I will say it's actually corresponding pretty quickly. It feels like to be going through capture card, because like when I play through the Wii, I've got like a splitter that puts it on my TV and my capture card. But when I play on like Switch or PlayStation, so far, I've not got a splitter for that stuff yet, which I need to. I've got to figure something out with that. But yeah. Um, hmm. Oh, and one other thing, yeah. I was going to say about the transfer process. So I do have a LAN cable, which I think that's the cable that would make the process go super quickly. Ooh, I love the traps in this game. But I actually have it at my college dorm because the last time I needed to use one was when I was at college, and um, at my college, the school Wi-Fi does not work very well for like playing games like Fortnite unless you have like a LAN cable in like an internet box or whatever. I know I'm not using the right terminology, but um, like that's the deal. So I kept my LAN cable up with my school stuff, and so the transfer process it said goes much quicker if you have one of those cables. I think it was that cable, but like I said, I didn't have my LAN cable, so couldn't do that. Can you know? Oh, I'm in build. Right? Am I in build? I thought I did zero build, but maybe not. I don't know. Oh, somebody's here. Why am I in build? Oh, I see what the issue is. I'm not on my building settings. Yeah, I must have switched my stuff over whenever I went to PS5. So yeah, I normally play on zero build anyways, but crap. Okay, that game was awful, but like I said, I'm not on my settings because I thought my rotation and stuff was a little slow too, but yeah, we'll play one more game. I'll get my settings fixed because I normally play on Combat Pro, I think that was Builder Pro or something. So yeah, I guess it would have switched my stuff over whenever I got on. Let's see, because that was not mine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on Builder Pro. I do not play on that. Mm, Oh, mm, Combat Pro, Quick Builder, Old School. Yeah, I play on Combat Pro, or I think that's the one I played on. Um, so yeah, we'll play one game actually on my mode. I thought I did zero build anyways. That's what I normally play, but yeah, whatever. Um, I knew that was weird whenever I was trying to place that trap and it was doing all that it was doing. And I think Builder Pro is actually the one that is generally considered better to play on, but I just never made the switch. Um, I feel like there was something else I wasn't planning to talk about, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much the gist of it. After finally switching over all the account stuff and the transfer process did take a couple hours, it actually looked like it was going to take longer with the percentage it was going at least early on to like get to 0 to 1%, but took a couple hours at least. And it said it could have been quicker if I had a LAN cable, and I do, like I said, but I just didn't have it with me. Um, and I haven't even brought my PS4 up to college yet, so I probably should have just took it back whenever I brought my PS4 back, but whatever. And I would love to know if you all know, if there is any other characters that were in Smash that are in Fortnite. One thing I will say that I've definitely noticed, the waiting for players thing, we seem to generally have way more time than when I would do it with on PS4. And I noticed also whenever I would play creative with okay, what the heck are these builds? That's not that's not triangle. How do you get to like Okay, I don't think my build thing. It's probably set on that one stupid build mode that they added that I didn't like. Okay, well my settings are probably still not right. I'll probably have to mess with my settings after this video, but we'll do one more game. Um, yeah, we'll get a quest done or something, or try to. Oh, hey, Shifty Shafts. Yeah, we'll do that. I remember when I was first playing the game, like almost 10 years ago now. That's crazy to say. Um, we used to try the strat at the end of the game at Shifty Shafts. Me and the people I would do squads with, and we would try to like place traps and stuff and all high in Shifty Shafts. And if the storm worked out, it would always be a really fun ending. Um, but yeah, and I know this video's kind of been all over the place with it being a little bit of a channel update, with finally getting the PS5 fixed, the Nintendo stuff. But yeah, there's just a lot of fun stuff going on with this channel, and I hope you all are enjoying it. I know it's, and this is more of the, I guess, oh crap, the collects aspect of this channel. Oh, when it's doing the auto switch your loot thing. Where's this guy at? Oh crap, I didn't even see him. Okay, I clearly suck at the game, and I need to get my settings fixed. But yeah, that'll be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff planned. We're going to do more on the PS5 eventually, maybe a little more Fortnite here and there, but definitely want to, like I said, try like Dispatch and some other games, Marvel Rivals, um, Path of Titans, but that'll probably be on my Dinosaur channel, but I'll make it like a collab post with this channel. Um, and then we've got like Amiibo stuff that's going to be coming on the channel, like an unboxing an Amiibo if possible. I can figure out how to do it. I'll probably watch some other YouTube videos on how to do it and see if I can find a way I want to do it. Possibly ordering some more Nintendo stuff, because I need to get, I'm debating on getting some more Amiibos, maybe with like some of the prices. Some places still don't have them at $20 yet, so I was thinking if they had any Amiibos I still liked, I might get a few. Debating on getting a Mario Party game, and what was the other stuff? Oh, I've been wanting to get an extra Joy-Con charger thing because my current Joy-Con thing, literally the only way I can charge my Joy-Cons is on my Switch itself. So, it's no issue when I'm just playing, but if I have a group, I don't want to go somewhere and bring my Switch and then only 2 of the Joy-Cons are charged instead of all 4. So I definitely want to try to get a Joy-Con charger thing. So some possible stuff with the Switch stuff. We'll eventually play Mario Odyssey, Mio stuff like I mentioned already. Yeah, just a lot of fun, and still, we're going to finish up that Super Mario Galaxy series. After this video, I'm probably going to start back on it, but yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, if you all want to see any more stuff like this with the Fortnite, Nintendo, any PS5 games, just let me know, because I'm open to just about whatever. But like I said, we're probably, for as far as main content coming soon, probably going to try to finish that Super Mario Galaxy series, because for one, I'm just having so much fun with that. And then two, like I said, I want to try to get most of it done before the movie comes out, just so most of it can be uploaded, and I think that'll be the most fun time to watch a series like that. So I'd love to have it finished. So if somebody does watch the movie and they want to watch gameplay, they can watch my series, or if people are wanting to watch gameplay before the movie, vice versa, either way, I'll be good. But that's just it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out.